Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about letting go of the idea of perfection when you're sitting down to draw next time. So a lot of people, when they're drawing each artwork, they're like, I am going to just focus on every little detail. It's, uh, well, it's not really something that is exclusive to portrait drawing, but you can apply it to different things as well, like sceneries or whatever you're drawing. But yeah, for the most part, I'm going to talk about portraiture, right? So when you're drawing, there's two ways to approach it. So I have this idea of like improving is not really something that is going to take you a lot of time, not in every case especially. So when you're sitting down to draw, if you're just all in 100% in and you're patient and you're focused, like sit down for an hour and just give it your all, and then like take a break and go out for like 15 to 20 minutes and then come back, because then your observation skills will be back at their peak. That's because the activity of drawing, at least the way that I draw, is just a simple activity of mark making, and you have to make the marks at accurate places, and wherever you see it in the reference, you just put it on the paper that you're drawing on. But I don't know, it's just my theory that everyone can draw like 75% better if they're just all in. But anyways, I just completely drifted away from the main topic at hand. But yeah, in my experience, you need to push for quantity over quality, at least at the beginning stages, because the thing is, the portraits require in the beginning something that takes more time to just form and have in your arsenal as a skill. Well, at least not everyone is going to like work the way that I work, where I don't really worry about anatomy that much. Even when I'm drawing like full body drawings that I've never really shown on the channel. But yeah, I don't really worry too much about it. You just need to be focused. It's a different thing if you're like composing original paintings. Then you need to have like different references, and you need to understand how each joint works or how the muscle looks from a particular angle. But yeah, if you're just practicing and you're making portraits, then you don't really need to worry that much about it. And that is an issue with a lot of people, where they're like striving for perfection, where they've when they've not really set up the foundational stages in their toolbox. So when you see a lot of people making like those perfect portraits, those hyper realistic portraits, or even stylistic portraits that you see getting drawn by, I don't know, Isabella Watling or Karen Offord, they have failed many times. Okay, if you look at their old stuff, a lot of artists have their old stuff like 5 years ago still posted on their Instagrams, and if you see that stuff, then you're like, oh, okay, they're human, they're not some higher beings, and they're not at some level that you just cannot reach. That's not the thing. The only issue that I have with it is people don't understand that these masters that you see at work, they've failed more times than you're actually willing to try, and they were all right with the idea of being a fool when they're starting out. And the issue that you're going to face in your journey is that you're not going to always feel like trying something that you're not good at. You have that's the price of being good at something. You have to be willing to be a fool at first. You have to take the cost of like at least bear the cost of not knowing anything. And that's the price of just the interest of whatever craft you're trying to own to perfection. And yeah, that's the basic idea of letting go of perfection. Like, detach yourself from the outcomes and just focus on the doing. So you don't really need to just sit down and have that idea of like, okay, I am going to make this perfect portrait. Just sit down and like grind them out, make 2 to 3 portraits. Even if they suck, just make them. At least at first, just make them, just understand, learn. Even if you're learning like 1 or 2 things about a person's face, if you're drawing, when you're drawing, I'm sorry, then I think that's a successful drawing session. You don't really need to make each portrait perfect. You don't really need to have them Instagram worthy, or you don't even need to show anyone. I don't know how many drawings that just suck so much. Like, if I'm looking at them, I'm like, I've chosen the wrong career. This shit is not for me. But again, it's part of the process, and if you can just detach yourself from the idea of making each thing perfect, then you're golden. So yeah, I think this is it for the video, and I hope you learned something from this, and I will see you in the next one.